Hello, and welcome to the Battleship Brawl Companion. I'm Evil for Zergan. In this episode, I'll be reviewing the Regent-class Vehicular Heavy Artillery Platform by Briqs. So, apparently Briqs was not entirely sure how to classify this ship. I personally would call it a battleship because it has big guns, 1832 millimeters, which makes it not a small ship, especially considering it's a one-ship entry. But it doesn't have enough speed to be classified as a cruiser. If I put the engines to full here, we're not quite making 10 meters per second. So, yeah, a battleship. In knots, that would be that'd be about 18 knots. Actually, let me check how fast the early Dreadnought was. HMS Dreadnought. Do 1006. The Dreadnought had a speed of 21 knots, which was fast for its time. So we're talking somewhere around late pre-Dreadnought type speeds here. Although with 12 guns and quad turrets all mounted on the center line, this is most definitely not a pre-Dreadnought configuration. Yeah. But let's make a turn here. Yaw rate is about, am I going at full speed? Yeah, yaw rate is about 2.4 degrees per second. Not terribly fast. Although with it going fairly slow, the turn radius is actually not too large at under 250 meters. The slow speed is due to a relatively small number of propellers. It's only got 5 back here and 2 rudders. I don't see any rudders anywhere else on the ship. Kind of skipped over the aesthetics. The quadruple turrets give this ship kind of a French feeling. The greatest French battleships of World War II, the Richelieu-class and the Dunkirk-class before that, did have quadruple turrets, and 2 of them mounted on the fore side. Though with those, I believe they were mounted in pairs with a larger space in between, whereas these are equidistant from each other. Furthermore, this ship does have 1 aft turret, unlike those 2 historical ships. I don't know if this was an intentional historical callback or if Briqs simply wanted lots of guns per turret. Naturally, the advantage of having many guns on 1 turret is that you get better firing arcs. The more turrets you have, the harder it is to make a effective super firing design. Of course, the disadvantage is that you're putting a lot of eggs in 1 basket. If a cramshell hits the turret or its barrels, it's probably going to do a lot of damage to all the guns at once. So that's going to greatly increase your weapon vulnerability. I believe we did see this happen sometime in the tournament. Let's see. But a very good-looking ship. Nice shaping, raised forecastle, a true superstructure with I forget what these are called. There's like the bridge, and then there's the pilot house. Is the pilot house the higher one? And then there's sometimes I don't know. I'd have to look that one up. And we've got a true funnel, a couple tripod masts. So, yeah, a good-looking ship. let's see. Let's move on to protection. The ship is mostly metal based. We've got a very thick side belt of looks like 5 layers, with a bit more around the turrets. Your ship is fairly dependent on air pumps for buoyancy. If the compartments get punctured, it's going to, like, the wood deck will have to do a lot of work in keeping the ship afloat in that case. It is, but with 2 layers of metal on, well, let's see, with lead and metal on the bottom, and wood and metal deck, it is going to be a bit harder to puncture than our previous ship, the Steel Kaiser. The ship somewhat lacks redundancy. We've got only a single AI. It is also encased in heavy armor. And, I mean, lead and wood will probably soak up a bit more hits than stone. Let's see how durable lead is. Lead has 200 health and 4 armor versus 220 health and 5 armor. But I think the extra layer of wood will probably, if a shell does detonate down here, it'll probably still be a bit more durable than stone. Let's see. And then there's also only 1 engine. It is also more protected than the rest, but I mean, having just a single engine will make the ship more vulnerable to a lucky hit, taking out the entirety of its propulsion. Ironically, the magazines are completely encased in heavy armor, and they are redundant with no fewer than 3 magazines. Does this ship have any repair bots? I don't think it does. Let's see if I can spot any. Air pumps there. Controllers. Ammo. Engine. AI. Yeah, looks like no repair bots. I mean, opinions remain mixed on repair bots. With ships slugging it out, there probably isn't going to. I mean, I put repair bots on my ship, but I mean, even then it was a close call, and I only figured that they would possibly be useful simply because my ships are comparatively hard to hit. So with a slower, easier to hit ship, it is quite possible that repair bots won't be worth their big expense. At 50 materials each, their cost is no joke. Finally, let's talk about the armament. I already talked about the turret vulnerability. I mean, with only 3 turrets and the turrets being rather large, it is a risky thing. The guns themselves are pretty well built, and we've got a 50-50 mix of explosive and hardening, roughly. I personally prefer more explosive, but not a bad mix at all. Let's see. Let's look inside here. I would expect a... I assume these are fused. If I can find a fusing box. Or maybe I'll just give it a fire, since, I mean, everyone loves firing guns. Then we can see on the shell GUI whether they are fused. Huh. And it's not coming up, the shell GUI. Okay, well, I guess I'll do a quick manual hunt. If I can't find it, then I'll just say stuff about the rest. Yeah, I don't see any fusing boxes in the obvious place. Naturally, with APHE shells, the standard thing to do is to put a penetration depth fuse. Or a time after impact fuse. Personally, I tend to prefer time after impact because, like, if you punch through a thin layer of wood and don't hit anything else in the ship, the pen depth fuse is probably not going to do a whole lot of good, whereas the time after impact fuse will. Yeah, here we are. So we've got a inertial fuse set to 0 degrees and a penetration depth fuse. So pretty much what one might expect from this type of payload. The pellets are decently well served by autoloaders. I mean, generally between 2 and 4 autoloaders per pellet. I mean, there are more efficient designs out there, but it's not bad, especially considering the inherent challenges of packing 4 cannons into 1 turret. Like many other ships, the turret armor is a victim of the explosive rules. If it gets hit on the side here, the explosion's going to be able to round this corner and attack this neck, which is only 3 blocks thick. So, I mean, a big shell could quite easily take out a huge portion of the turret. But overall, a very good-looking ship. Thanks for entering into the tournament, Briqs. Let's see. So, this is the last entry other than mine that's been posted in the forums. Likewise, the tournament itself is almost over. If the last, I believe, 6 people, if any of them post their design before the end of the tournament, I might do a video. I'll try to do a video for them. Barring that, I might do a quick video just with screenshots of the other remaining entries. And when the tournament is up, I'll reveal what all went into my own entry. Thanks again, Briqs. Thanks to you all viewers. Best of luck to the remaining contestants in the tournament. And I'll see you all next time.